So I realize this video is long overdue, but I'm finally getting to it now. This is gonna be my recap of 36 things that I've learned from 75 hard. Number one, I am capable of more than I give myself credit for. I think just going through 75 days, as hard as it was, like, you realize that you are capable of doing so much more. Number two, time management is everything. 45 minutes of working out 2 times a day, that's an hour and a half of your day. And you kind of have to plan when you're gonna drink your water, when you work out. Being prepared is going to be key to being successful in this program. Number three, you are always gonna feel stressed. I don't know about you, maybe I am just someone who thrives off of stress, and every day brings a different challenge. And some days you kind of have to just readjust and move things around, but you still need to do those 5 things. There's the emotional and mental stress, and then there's physical stress that you're placing on your body from working out twice a day with no time for rest or recovery. Number 4, you will learn to get used to that stress. It just becomes a normal part of your day-to-day. You come to expect it. You just learn to manage it a little bit better, and yeah, you just get used to the stress. Number 5, I've learned to crave the stress, because on days where it was a little bit too easy for me, I would just find ways to make it more difficult. If the weather was too nice, I would wait until it was raining. Number 6, I will automatically seek out stress when it doesn't exist. So not only do I crave it, I will always seek it out. As humans, we need a little bit of stress in our lives, because if everything is too easy or too comfortable, then we just tend to get bored. So I feel like that's just a natural part of, like, being human. Number 7, the feeling of overwhelm doesn't ever really disappear. Almost every day I felt overwhelmed with everything that I needed to do. Number 8, nothing is impossible. Number 9, I already knew that the mind is a very powerful thing, but it is so much more limitless than I've ever imagined it to be. Number 10, anything is possible. Number 11, being prepared is the key to success. It was very important for me to have like 2 liters of water, then drink 2 of those bottles every single day, and that's how I would track my water intake. So if I didn't have water on hand, it was really hard for me to drink a gallon that day. Number 12, I can distinguish very quickly someone who is a winner versus a loser. So what I mean by that, someone who has a progressive mentality versus someone who is okay with being comfortable, complacent. That's kind of what I mean by losing mentality. I know that I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash for phrasing it this way, but I think it's the easiest way for me to explain it. Number 13, I wasted a lot of time with people, things, and activities that didn't move me forward. You realize how precious your time is. Number 14, the inefficient tasks that I resent doing always seem to produce the greatest results. As much as you don't want to do them, those are the activities that move the needle forward the most. Number 15, where there's a will, there is a way. If you want something bad enough, you will try and try and try. Eventually something will work. Something will stick, and if you haven't found something that's successful yet, then you just need to keep trying more things. One thing that I haven't really told anyone is I started a new business around the same time that I started 75 Hard, and those 2 things kind of go hand in hand. It was also the reason that I started 75 Hard, not only because I wanted to improve my personal integrity and keep promises that I made to myself, but I have massive goals, and I know that I needed the foundation to do that, and 75 Hard is that foundation for me. So more to come on that in a later video. Number 16, there is always an alternative. If something doesn't work, try something else and you will find something that does. Simple as that. I feel like everything is pretty binary from that perspective. Number 17, the sacrifices that you are making now are worth it. I can't tell you how critical this takeaway is. You know, May was a really, really tough month for me, like really rough. There were days that I wanted to cry, and I did cry, and I had a few breakdowns, but the program has taught me that sacrificing and doing everything up front is going to pay off later on, and it did. Number 18, distractions are everywhere, freaking everywhere. Put your phone on do not disturb mode. I promise you this will be one of the best things that you can do in order to be successful in this program. These days I have my phone on do not disturb mode for at least 60% of the day. Sometimes even like 90% or 100% of the day, depending on what I have going on. Number 19, I am responsible for everything that is happening or has happened in my life. When you finally accept that as your truth, you become so much happier and at peace with yourself. Number 20, the little things that used to bother me and frustrate me no longer do. Rain or bad weather. The pet peeves that I have with like people or my obsessive compulsiveness, there's other things that take precedence and are just more important as far as moving you forward. Wow, so this is becoming a very long video. It's gonna be a nightmare for me to edit. Number 21, so the only reason that you don't believe it's possible is because you haven't done the work yet and you haven't done what's necessary to get the results that you want. I'm gonna use health and fitness as the example because it's what I know. It's the one thing where if you do the work, you can see the results in your body. It's just very obvious. Work out and you stick to a diet, you are going to lose weight. That is just a fact. But you need to be doing that consistently for long enough in order to see results. It's the same thing with this program that is designed to cultivate confidence, self-belief, grit, tenacity, and mental fortitude, and all of those qualities that are necessary for you to improve like any aspect of your life. The reason that you don't feel confident is because you've let yourself down repeatedly, because you broke a lot of the promises that you kept to yourself. And so the more times that you say you're gonna do something but you don't do it, it's hard for you to believe in yourself. And so the whole self-confidence and self-belief goes hand in hand. Okay, so this video was getting so long, I totally had to split it up into 2 separate days. So this is the second day that I am filming this, so I'm just gonna continue on the list. Number 22, it dawned on me that most people are comfortable with being complacent and not really progressing. I feel like that mindset is just completely lost on me, and it baffles me that there are people that are like that because I don't think that way, and it's just something that's really hard for me personally to wrap my head around. Number 23, the hardest routes usually lead to the best places. Sounds cliche, but definitely true based on my experience. Number 24, all the strength that you need is right inside of you. So stop looking externally and just focus. 25, this is your preparation, and these actions are exactly the things you need to do in order to learn how to trust the process. 26, I started this program initially to develop more personal integrity, meaning I wanted to keep the promises that I was making to myself because I was letting myself down from breaking a lot of those commitments. But throughout the program, I've learned that I have a lot more willpower and discipline than I initially thought I did. 27, I've found myself purposely and intentionally moving towards unfavorable circumstances. For example, faced with a fork in the road where one is a hill and one is a flat plain path, I would 9 out of 10 times go towards the hill. 28, the 75 hard requirements are much more than daily tasks to me. They are promises to myself. I think keeping those promises is more important to me than anything because they represent personal integrity and self-respect, and those qualities are things that I look for in other people, so they're very important to me. I will ask myself, hey, if I can't keep these simple basic promises to myself, then how can I expect to achieve any of my ambitions in life? Because to me, failing to commit means breaking those promises, and every time I do that, I lose momentum and it's harder to pick it back up again. So that's not something that I ever want to lose, ever. 29. Most people won't understand why you're doing this, and that's okay. I just think that means I will end up with things that most people won't have. 30. So I typically have a list of critical tasks that I do each day, and what I found myself doing is every time I completed one of those tasks, I would check it off, but then I would automatically add another one to the list. 31. I no longer hesitate to have difficult conversations anymore, and in fact, no conversation really seems that difficult. 32. So in the past, when problems would arise, I would dwell, contemplate, and overthink it, and that only allowed the situation to fester and get worse. My new approach is just to act fast, and if that doesn't work, I'll simply try something else. Failing fast and failing often has kind of become my new MO. 33. I don't feel like I deserve anything. I think people will say you deserve to be happy, or you deserve this or that because you work so hard for it, but that sense of entitlement, and regardless of how hard I worked for something, is just something that is completely foreign to me. 34. I can't recall a time when I felt truly happy without putting and committing my best effort towards something. I feel like happiness is earned and should be a reward from doing hard work. Okay, so we're finally at the last one, number 35. Trusting the process has been the single most difficult challenge, and it still is for me to overcome, because I want things fast, I want things now, and I'm very, very impatient. But going through 75 hard, it has really taught me to not only trust, but also to enjoy and embrace the process. So that is the recap of my 75 hard experience, all the things that I learned. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this was really, really long overdue. I'm so sorry, because I am more than halfway through Live Hard right now, and I promised you guys this video a long time ago, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. I will really try my best to do more YouTube going forward, because it is something that's important to me, and I do enjoy putting out more videos. It just takes a lot of time. So with that said, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.